in the state of Alabama, they talk about my vote not going to matter, but why the hell are they working so hard to take it away?
New Birth Missionary Baptist Church, let's go! Yes, sir!
This is a civic altar call for all those who understand that faith without works is dead. This is a civic altar call for all those people like me that understand and were taught that weeping may endure through the night, but we will bring on the joy tomorrow.
We can demand a direct democracy.
We want to march on the ballot. We want to register everybody we know to vote. We want to take at least 10 people to the polls.
This is absolutely a racist attack on our voting system.
Thousands of people gathered here in Montgomery, Alabama on Saturday, May 16th for a national day of action called All Roads Lead to the South. The large crowd is made up of faith leaders, political leaders, and people from all over the country, holding signs, chanting, singing together, and even registering to vote. This was a response to the Louisiana versus Calais decision that allows legislators to redraw congressional maps without considering the race of people who may make up the majority of that district. Immediately following that ruling, Alabama and Louisiana legislators proposed to redraw their maps. Alabama specifically only has 2 Democratic districts that are majority black, and redrawing could eliminate one or both of them. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez emphasized the importance of being at events like this and the urgency of the next generation leading the charge.
Young people in Georgia, we recognize the power that we have, and that if our votes didn't matter, they wouldn't be coming for them. So that's why we're here today, and that's why we're fighting back in Georgia as well.
You need to vote, register to vote, and also vote for the midterms. That is very important. Please.
My goal is for us to mobilize and organize, because one thing my generation needs to learn is we are the next leaders, we're the next politicians, lawyers, attorneys. We're all of it. We're the future.
It's so important for young people to understand that what you can imagine for yourself in this moment is what you should do. You shouldn't wait for instruction, but you should just go out there and organize your leaders in your own right.
If you are an American who wants your vote actually to count, then you need to pay attention to the march that is going on today in Selma, Alabama, in response to the Supreme Court gutting the Voting Rights Act and these state legislatures in these southern states rushing to go change their maps to take out the black vote. 60 years ago, people marched on this same bridge. They were beaten, they were murdered, just for having the nerve to ask that their vote count the same as everybody else's. These are some of the same people who marched with John Lewis in 1965 on Bloody Sunday. These are their friends. These are their children, their grandchildren. It isn't just about black Americans. When they are able to take away the voice of black Americans, they can take away the voice of any of us. We're all Americans. We would like the same thing. And when you gerrymander our states, that is how you get crazy people. And when people think their voice doesn't count, they stop showing up, and we cannot stop showing up because that is just making it easier for them. Our democracy only works when everyone has a voice. That's how you get good legislation. That's how our communities work for each other. This is not just a black issue. It's an American issue, and everyone needs to be paying attention. Everyone needs to be loud about it.
Go vote! Go vote! Go vote! Go vote! Go vote! May 19th! Go vote!
What we are seeing in the wake of the Supreme Court decision is a coordinated effort to erase our hard-fought progress and to silence the voices of blacks and minorities.
Watch this. Thousands of people are currently marching in protest of the Supreme Court and Donald Trump working hand in hand to gut the Voting Rights Act of thousands of voting rights activists marching in Selma and Montgomery, Alabama. People are out in unison today demanding that the will of the people be heard and be listened to, because right now this government is not representing the people. This government is serving the needs of the fascist MAGA Trump regime. The Supreme Court has been rigged so that Donald Trump's agenda exists far beyond his lifetime. Think about it. This Supreme Court, with no term limits and with no ability to expand the court right now, will make sure that conservative radical ideology is the law of the land until someone dies and gets replaced. It's absurd. We need to expand the Supreme Court. We need term limits. We need a lot of change, and we need it right now.
I believe all of us have seen Alabama march, right? All of us have seen Alabama marching, and they are marching for a reason. After 60 years of massacre, same bridge, people are again coming to march there for a purpose, for a reason, for their rights. I have clips here. Watch them. I will come back.
Watch this. People are marching across this bridge today. 60 years later, they're having to do it all over again because of what is going on in this country right now. You cannot deny that they are trying to bring us back to Jim Crow. As soon as they gutted the Voting Rights Act, they all changed the maps to dilute the voice of black voters in this country. They are racist at their core, and these laws were meant to stop it. These laws were meant to correct the racist practices of this Republican MAGA party. And as soon as the law said they could go ahead and go back to being racist, that's what they did. The people that are marching today, they have already watched their family members be beaten and murdered and tortured just for asking for the right to vote in this country. And that's what they're doing today. They're once again asking for their right to vote to not be taken away. It is so important that we all pay attention to this. It is not just their fight. It is our fight. It is everyone's fight in this country. If one person, if their vote isn't counted the same as everybody else's, then none of us matter.
Breaking news as thousands are marching across a bridge in Selma, Alabama again, where it happened 60 years ago, where marchers then asked a simple question of what the Constitution already promised, a vote that really counts. And that spawned the Voting Rights Act that is now under threat by those in power that want it consolidated into the hands of a few. The Voting Rights Act was working for the last 60 years. And that is why it is under assault. Participation in our elections increased broadly. Democracy functioned more like it was supposed to. Different kinds of people saw themselves reflected in political office, getting us that much closer to the ideal democracy. Last month, the Supreme Court rolled all that progress back, and now people are marching again where it all started. This is everyone's fight to not allow the people in power to move us back 60 years. We need to be moving forward. Let me know what you think. Stay informed, follow along, and I'll see you back here for the 411.
There's a march going on in Montgomery, Alabama, called the All Roads Lead to the South. These are demonstrations to protest what the Supreme Court just did to Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act and all of these Confederate states literally bringing back Jim Crow. I am never going to be someone that tells you don't go out and march. Marches are very important. They bring awareness. They bring community. If I was able to, if I had the money, I would be there because this is powerful. This is amazing. I do want to say one thing about these gerrymandered maps, these states. They're heavily relying on people still voting Republican, still voting for this regime. If everyone or enough people get out and vote for Democrats, the gerrymandered maps will crumble because they're heavily reliant on people voting against their own interests. So we have to spread awareness as much as possible. There will always be people who vote Republican. You can't help that. But what we can do is encourage others who don't vote to get out and vote for Democrats. Inspire those who still vote to continue voting. We have the numbers. There are more people who lean left in this country than those who lean right. All we have to do is just get out in numbers. Like Kamala Harris said, when we fight, we win. Like Obama said, don't boo, vote. So that's what I want to say. Give me your thoughts down below. Stay hopeful. Trust your gut. Always know you're not crazy.
In case you didn't know, today thousands of people are heading to Alabama in locations like Selma and Montgomery, which is really where the fight for the Voting Rights Act started and was rooted in. And they are going to be protesting against the current attacks on Black voting rights as we have seen in states like Tennessee that have eliminated the state's only majority Black district. This is a really important day of action. I'm sad that I can't be there. If you also can't be there, the way we can support is by amplifying this online. Look at the All Roads South hashtag, amplify this protest, support the organization. Black Voters Matter is the organization leading this protest, and just stay tapped in and amplify it on social media. I believe there are also going to be satellite protests in other states, and this is actually a kickoff for a full summer of action. They are calling it Freedom Summer. They're going to be protesting all summer, bringing awareness all summer about the attacks on our voting rights, y'all. This is not just one day, it is an entire movement that will be continued in calling out these lawmakers that are trying to take our rights away. It's actually kind of emotional, like equal parts inspiring and heartbreaking that people are going to be today where our ancestors, which I say ancestors lightly because we're really only one generation removed from them. It was only 60 years ago that they were fighting for these rights, and we have already had them snatched from us. And so I think it's just so special and historic that the organizers are going to that same spot to fight that same fight. And it is a reminder that you can't just get complacent when it comes to your freedom, y'all. Like, as Black people in America, we will have a right granted to us and it will get snatched away like that. So the importance of organizing, of making our voices heard, of coming together as a community to be loud about this shit, I think is super important. So shout out to everyone involved in the protest. I will be sharing some content and videos that I come across from the protest.
Now, we are finding out that these people have been denied to access their votes, right? So this thing happened back in the, 60 years ago. I don't know when it was 60 years ago. But it happened that they were just marching there, and many people were killed at that bridge. They were killed. Now, people are marching there to remember, maybe to bring back what they were fighting for back then. They're trying to bring back what they are fighting for, being denied for civil rights, somebody being denied for rights as a human being. Anybody wants to be given rights. Anybody wants to fight for something that is meaningful to them. So Alabama are now fighting for this case just to make everything right for themselves, They are trying to bring back the thought that everybody keep on erasing. The world keep on assuming that everybody is okay, but nobody is okay. People want the rights. People want their vote to be counted. They want everything to be done. Even I talk about 60 years of death, people died there. Massacre. Many people are killed there on that bridge. No, so you see them marching. Alabama is just like any other states in America that people want to be given the rights of any citizen in any country. And I guess this whole thing begins whereby after Trump being in power, what Trump has caused to entire MAGA, right? They are saying that they did all they could do to put everything in order, but Trump failed them as their president. So Trump has failed America, entire America, and everybody is saying it. That Trump has really failed America. And in my own words, that I can say that Trump is only one person who is so greedy to be ruling over somebody. So greedy of power, greedy of properties, people's property. Somebody who don't care about how you are feeling as a human being. Somebody who never cares on how you are doing as a human, how you are doing as his citizen. But when it comes to campaign, he campaigns, he give you that he don't care about you when he is in power, but whenever he wants your votes, he campaign to you, promise you things, but when it comes to deliver, Trump doesn't deliver anything, right? So I feel like Alabama people, they need a change, right? They want a change in their leadership. They want a change in their power. So they want somebody who cares about them, somebody who knows how they are feeling, somebody who can give, not taking from them, somebody who can deliver, not just coming out then promise them that I will do this, then he leaves. After that, he'll come back after 4 years and tell I was doing this thing, then I left it on the road. Trump has to put a blame on someone, because for example, now Trump is blaming Barack Obama for capturing the attention of everybody in America, not just in America. The entire world is watching over. to see how far will Trump go, or how far will Trump do, or what's Trump's best move. Because if he will be able to fight Obama and win, then I don't know how, but Obama is diplomat, somebody who knows what he's doing, somebody who is let me say, like he's smart, he's intelligent, he is he has a quality of a leader. All right, so Obama has everything it takes to be in power, but because Alabama, MAGA, Mesopotamia, entire MAGA, Arkansas, every part of MAGA, they are the one who believed in Trump so much. They're the one who felt like Trump could change the story. They're the one who had that hope that Trump was the only hope they had as American. But now they're discovering that Trump really lied to them. Trump just came with the stories and make everything impossible for them. But now, what now can they do? They have to stand by themselves, and at least next time they choose their own interest or somebody else's interest. Because Trump took power, but now he is in the office to enrich himself. Unlike in Africa, Ibrahim Traore is cutting off the salaries from the politicians. In the politicians, he's cutting around 30% or something. So he is somebody who knows how to deal with his people. Ibrahim Traore, he knows how to deal with these people. That's why America are demanding for Trump, because a black leader knows how to treat everybody equally. Tell me in the comments. Do you feel like Alabama are just overdoing things, or they're just lacking on how to do their own shit? Do you feel like Alabama is overreacting on this whole thing, or they're right for what they want? Tell me in the comments. God bless you. Peace be with you. I'm out.